as I was saying earlier, a lot of families that we've seen that have become homeless um, are struggling to pay that rent, and that rent can be $700. And when you have a family who's getting cash assistance, and they might be getting $563 a month, and rent is $700, you're asking yourself, how do I pay this if I'm not bringing in what the rent is? And so a lot of times we are working with the clients um, to pay that rent, to stay stably housed, to keep their apartment. Whereas if they weren't in a situation like this, and you're getting $563 and rent is $750, I mean, the math don't add up. The debt to income ratio is not even. There's no equality in how you're paying that rent. We've had clients in the shelter that have come in with a PhD, that have come in with a master's degree. We've had people who have been director or CEO of agencies before, and it has been the same thing. They've lost their job. The rent market is so expensive to stay in their own place. They've been homeless, and so they might move into our program, which is 30% of whatever income they're getting. That can be cash assistance, that can be alimony, whatever that income is, and so they're only paying 30% of that. We've had families that have moved out to buy their own homes. We've had clients that have been able to move out of state and back with families. So we're always working on what's the best option for this client to keep them stably housed. This is the youth department, and I am so excited about the youth department. Back in 2008, when I started as a shelter case manager, and soon after, the shelter had lost its grant, so it was closing, and the youth department had become available. I had not worked with kids before. I've always worked with adults, and they shaped my mind of what they needed. And I figured, we had twins, two twin boys. They were born to a mom who was unfortunately addicted to heroin, and so they had to wean off that heroin, and it was hard for them at 3 months when they got here. They weren't making eye contact, they weren't cooing, they weren't under developmental cute milestones. And so my thing was, how do I help these twins, right? These 2 3 month old baby to thrive in a world where they have not been able to. And it was the most amazing thing for me, because it just set this fire on me of how can I help kids who have been unfortunate, who've experienced homelessness, who have the best road to life or any success at this point. So I started out with learning sign language. So we talked about, even at 3 months, like I would do like eye contact with them. We'll do tummy time. By the time they were about 7 months, they still weren't speaking, so I was doing sign language, like more and eat. By the time they were 1, they were doing this. And I was like, okay, let's get you some snacks in here. We have a tutoring program that we help our children with their schoolwork. So kids who might not be on developmental cues, who are not doing good with educational stuff, grade levels might be low. We're working to get those grades up. We've had kids with IEPs and special education. I am advocating to keep those kids in classrooms, in the general population with their schools, so they don't feel so isolated. And then we do a lot of activities here, such as arts and crafts, the computers, movie nights. We've made cookies. I've gained a lot of weight, making cookies and cake and bread. So I am always excited about our youth department. What can we do differently? How do we help our kids? How do we engage them? And also, what can we do to make sure that they feel comfortable and safe while they're living here at my sister's place? I'm always moving, I'm always dancing. So if you ever see me outside and I'm doing one of these, there's a beat in my head that nobody hears. But it's good. That's what makes me me. And I'll say this until thy kingdom come. I love working with the kids. I love making a difference, and I love the fact that they can teach me things, even as I am getting older. So that's my spew. Bravo.